187,000 lakes.
Square meters in size. Some hydrophobic bigots in the anti-lake media might say that that's far too many lakes, but not me.
insane.
101 Fact is proudly pro-lake. I don't care how many subs we lose as a result. Number 43. At 120 kilometers in length, Finland's Pioneer Water Tunnel is the longest tunnel in Europe and the second longest in the world, after New York's Delaware Aqueduct. See, prison breaks aren't the only interesting things about Finland, they've got some nice long tunnels too. Number 44. The capital of Finland is the lovely little settlement of Helsinki, which all...
I really want to go to Helsinki. I will be going to Helsinki. Honestly, my trip... Listen, guys. When I go to Sweden, Finland, and Norway, I'm going to document the whole thing. I don't know when it's going to happen. Maybe next year, maybe the year after. I don't know, but I'm coming. And I'm going to do an extensive tour. Yeah, I'm so excited. It's planned in my head. It's gorgeous.
Also happens to be the most populated city in the country. What a coincidence. It has 650,058 people within its city limits, and a total of 1,268,296 people living within its urban area. Though it's a little on the small side for a capital city, Helsinki remains a delightful place to live. Dubbed the world's most livable city by Monocle magazine in 2010, and ranked the world's 9th most livable city out of 150 by the Economist Intelligence Unit in 2016. More like Heavensinki, am I right? Number 45.
Lame.
The average temperature in Helsinki during the winter months is -5 degrees Celsius. That's around 23 degrees Fahrenheit.
That's cold.
Which is certainly a bit nippy, but not completely intolerable.
No.
However, the coldest temperature ever measured in the country occurred way back in 1999, when Prince was partying. Specifically in Kittilä, a municipality in northern Finland, when the temperature plummeted down to -51.5 degrees.
-51.5 centigrade. That is, at that point, I don't think you'd be able to feel anything. At that point, you're numb. I think the coldest in the UK I've ever felt, I'm from the north of England, which is pretty cold. It gets cold. The lowest temperature I've ever literally seen with my own eyes is probably -5. No, -6. -6. That's extreme from where I'm from. -51.5. Wow.
Celsius, or America, that's -60.7 degrees Fahrenheit. No. Number 46. Around a quarter of the country lies within the Arctic Circle, making Finland's northern regions one of the several places on Earth often referred to as the land of the midnight sun. In these areas, the sun doesn't set at all for 73 days in the summer. And conversely, the sun doesn't rise at all for 51 days during the winter.
Yeah, I've heard this about, Finland, Sweden, these, it's insane. That's insane. But kind of magical at the same time. And I would love to experience it. But I feel like because I'm from the UK, which is not too far from the Arctic Circle, we have very, very, very short days in winter and very, very long days in the summer. So it's not quite where the sun doesn't set, and it's not quite when the sun doesn't rise. But yeah, I mean, we have days where the sun doesn't set until 11 o'clock at night, and then we have winter days where the sun sets literally at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So I do understand not getting much sun and getting too much sun, but not to that extreme, not to where it doesn't set or rise.
Phenomenon known as polar night. Number 47. The eroding effects of the heavy glaciers that covered Finland during the last ice age left the country with a generally flat landscape with few hills or mountains. Good news for your little calves there. But also, more than 70% of it is covered by thick forest, which is, I don't know, do your calves like forests? I mean, mine do. Number 48. Interestingly, Finland's landmass is rising up to 9 millimeters a year as a result of a phenomenon known as post-glacial rebound. As the name suggests, the land that constitutes Finland, previously weighed down by the huge weight of glaciers during the Ice Age, is rising out of the sea like a beach ball that's been held underwater, except it's not a beach ball, it's 338,424 square kilometres of land. Physics, it's physics, gang. Number 49. The national animal of Finland is the brown bear, which features prominently in Finnish mythology and folklore. The brown bear is the second largest variety of bear behind the polar bear, and is known to inhabit all areas of Finland, not just the heavily forested areas in the northern regions of the country. So, you better watch out.
You better watch out.
Number 50. Finland is home to the Saimaa ringed seal, a highly threatened seal species that's found in Lake Saimaa, Finland, and only
in one lake?
in Lake Saimaa, Finland.
That is a species of seal that is only native to one lake. Wow.
The species descends from a population of seals that inhabited the lake when it was first cut off from the sea after the last ice age. And in the 9,500 years since, these adorable blubbery boys have evolved into a separate subspecies that constitutes one of the very few freshwater seal species. Sadly, only about 380 individuals live in the lake today, and are therefore considered endangered. Number 51.
380.
Finland is known around the world for their enduring love of stripping naked and cramming themselves into extremely hot, steamy rooms known as sauna, also known as a sauna. Saunas are super common in Finland, where there are built-in saunas in almost every home. Finland loves communal naked sweating with such a passion that there are 2 million saunas.
I absolutely love that. I watched, if you check on my channel, I've got a video where I look at a Swedish home. And when I saw the sauna, or sauna, in that home, I was like, oh my god. That's amazing. I want one. Yeah, I think that's pretty cool. Or not. No pun intended.
For its total population of roughly 5.5 million people. Number 52. In fact, there are more saunas in Finland than there are cars. If that doesn't give you an idea of how much Finnish people love taking off all their clothes and sitting in a steamy wooden room with one's family and friends like it's a perfect normal thing to do, and, you know, not entirely traumatizing, I don't know what will. Number 53. But Finland's insane obsession with naked sweaty socialising doesn't end there. Not only does the Finnish parliament have its own sauna chamber for MPs to debate in, a Burger King in the capital of Helsinki has its own sauna. When will this moist naked...
What? You have a Burger King with a sauna?
Kid madness end. Number 54. For the centenary celebrations of the country's independence in 2018, the people of Finland voted to make rye bread their national food. Known in Finland as ruisleipä, rye bread is a dark, sour bread made from unique Finnish yeasts, and has been part of Finnish culture identity for hundreds of years.
Okay.
Number 55. Another popular Finnish dish is the hörnikietto, which is a variety of pea soup made with ham and mustard and often served...
It looks like pumpkin soup. He said pea soup, but it looks like pumpkin soup.
Served on Thursdays along with oven-baked pancakes for dessert. Pea soup on Thursdays is a culinary tradition in Finland that's thought to date all the way back to medieval times. Although nowadays, Monday is actually the day where the most pea soup is sold in shops.
It looks very warming. I would love to try it.
Number 56. Finland is known for its frankly disturbing love of salmiakki, which is a kind of salty licorice also enjoyed in Scandinavia and parts of Germany and the Netherlands. It's awful. I've had it before. I've got Swedish family. It's one of the worst. Ugh. However, it's the Finns who most frequently munch on this vile-sounding confection, such that there's even a Finnish Salty Licorice Association, which gives out an annual award for the best salty licorice of the year.
Salty licorice. I don't even like licorice when it's not salty, so I cannot imagine what it tastes like with salt. I'm sorry, guys.
Number 57.
Not for me.
While the Nordic nations in general have a reputation as coffee lovers, it's the Finns who outrun everyone else when it comes to chugging mud. Finnish people consume the most coffee in the world per capita, with each Finn consuming an average of 12 kilos of coffee every year.
So you consume more coffee than the Swedes with their fika? What do you guys call it? Do you have an equivalent of fika?
2 kilos more than second place Norway,
I love coffee,
who imbibe only 9.9 kilos annually. Come on, Norway. Number 58. The Finns also drink massive amounts of milk, with a per-person milk consumption rate of around 130 litres a year. This makes Finland the world's highest annual consumer of milk per capita, which is a bit weird considering the fact that as many as 17% of Finns are lactose intolerant.
Maybe that's why.
59.
Too much milk.
Alcohol in Finland is expensive and sales are restricted, which prompted many Finns to head over to Estonia, where booze is generally cheaper. As a result, 34% of all alcohol sold at liquor stores in the entire country of Estonia are bought by people from Finland, while roughly 2% of the Finnish population visit Estonia up to 3 times a month just to buy alcohol.
Wow.
Number 60.
I'm guessing close to the border, close to the water, the coast that borders Estonia.
Though Finland has much to offer in the culinary realm, it hasn't always had the best reputation, which as a Brit hits home real hard. The myth of bad Finnish food came from international news in 2008 when Silvio Berlusconi, the then Prime Minister of Italy, complained about having to endure Finnish cuisine, while making snide remarks about marinated reindeer, a delicacy enjoyed in some parts of Finland. Wow, what a hater. He must have really bruised Finland's ego there, because the country took the insults on the chin and definitely didn't retaliate by spectacularly proving Berlusconi wrong. Number 61.
Okay.
Ha! Psych! That's exactly what Finland did. In result to Berlusconi's scurrilous lies, a well-known Finnish pizza restaurant called Kotti Pizza created a delicious-sounding pizza topped with tomato, cheese, chanterelle, red onion, and of course reindeer. With their creation, sarcastically dubbed Pizza Berlusconi, the Finns entered the 2008 America's Plate International Pizza Contest and came in first place, pushing the Italian-American squad into second. So
That is literally in your face, Italians. Who said you make the best pizza? Who said they make the best pizza? I'm sorry, I would love to try a reindeer pizza.
oh, suck on that, Berlusconi. Number 62. The national sport of Finland is called pesäpallo, which is in many ways similar to baseball, but with a number of notable differences, such as the fact that the bases are arranged in a strange zigzag formation and the ball is pitched vertically. The game also has a specific designated field of play within which the ball must remain, so you can't just whack the ball as hard as you can like in baseball.
Okay.
Number 63. Finland is also home to a rather bizarre variant of football called, wait for it, swamp football. In case your powers of deduction...
Wait, what? Is this real? Let me know in the comment section because what? Swamp football? What's... That can't be true. Swamp football?
Are considerably less developed than they should be, swamp football is exactly as the name suggests, in that it's a form of association football that's played in bogs or swamps. The sport is said to have originated in a physically demanding exercise activity for athletes and soldiers, and the pastime has since become its very own bona fide sport. Today, there are an estimated 300 swamp football teams around the world. Nintendo 64.
Okay.
In 1996, Finland also began hosting the annual Air Guitar World Championships, where people from around the world who could have better spent...
Guys, tell me, is that true? That's so much fun. Air guitar. What? Competition?
Their precious time on Earth actually learning to play guitar, flocked to the city of Oulu to wail away on their imaginary axes in the most impressively stylistic fashion possible. Number 65. Another kooky Finnish sport known as wife carrying is said to have originated in the 19th century, when a robber named...
Wife carrying. Oh my god, I love you guys. You guys are so like bonkers.
Herko Ronkainen and his gang began stealing young women as well as food and other valuables from the village they raided. Today, the tradition has evolved into a genuine sport, with championships held every year in the municipality of Sonkajärvi. Male contestants compete by carrying their female partner along an obstacle-laden 235-metre track, with the winner being rewarded with his wife's weight in beer, though we should point out that the team is actually not obliged to be husband and wife. Number 66. Finland apparently possessed the dream of becoming the weird sport capital of the world, made evident by the fact the home of the annual Mobile Phone Throwing World Championships have been held in
the Mobile Phone Throwing Championships. Guys, seriously, who's making up these games? who just sat down one day and was like, you know what? I wonder how far I can throw my phone that I spent X amount of money on. Like, who thought about that? I'm just gonna throw my phone. Let's make that into a competition. Like, what?
A southeastern Finnish town of Savonlinna since the year 2000. The competition features categories based not only on how far you can chuck your Nokia 3310, but also a freestyle section in which contestants are judged on the aesthetics and choreography of their phone lobbing. Number 67. Every year on the 27th of July,
Wow.
the people of Finland celebrate National Sleepyhead Day, a tradition that dates back to the medieval period when it was believed that the last person left asleep in the household would be lazy and non-productive for the rest of the year. Since then, it's been tradition to rouse the last person to wake up by pouring water on them, or, in a more extreme way, by throwing them into a lake or the sea. Number 68. The town of Naantali in southwest Finland takes the tradition very, very seriously and celebrates this truly bizarre yet mildly endearing holiday by dunking a Finnish celebrity into the sea. I know, I didn't know Finland had celebrities either. Number 69. Sleepyhead Day. Well, okay. But dunking celebrities in the harbour just for the nipple-hardening surge of adrenaline isn't the only weird annual holiday that the Finns have concocted. Every year on the 13th of October since 2010, the Finnish observe the Day for Failure, which celebrates setbacks and cock-ups as a way of promoting perseverance and learning for the future. Number 70.
That's quite good.
The last crazy Finnish sport we're going to share with you, and be assured there are many more, is the ludicrous tradition of anthill sitting. Again, the activity is pretty self-explanatory and involves sitting bare-bottomed on an anthill to see who can last the longest. Finland, are
Why?
you okay? Really?
Why? Why, guys? Who? Do you know what? I think it's best not to question.
Is everything all right? I mean, who hurt you? Oh, Russia. Right, yeah. Number 71. Owing to the fact that a small set fine for speeding is going to have a negligible deterrent effect on the super rich, Finland decided to even things out by calculating speeding fines based on the violator's income. This means that the average person will receive a firm but fair fine for violating speed limits, but Finnish millionaires can face eye-watering fines that far more appropriately punish those who rarely experience consequences.
Okay. I kind of like that, I can't lie.
Number 72. In case you wanted a specific example of some rich people comeuppance, we got you covered. In 2002, former Nokia director Anssi Vanchogi was fined €116,000 after being caught zipping about on his motorbike at 75 kilometers per hour in a 50 zone. Oh, that's some good old Schadenfreude. Here's the thing though, do you think speeding fines should be based on income, or do you think it's not very fair?
I think it should be based on income, because why is it fair that I get a speeding ticket of, say, €100 and a millionaire also gets the same speeding ticket of €100? €100 doesn't mean anything to someone who's rich, but to someone who's not rich, €100 is a substantial amount of money. You know, it's a good family meal. You know, like, or a meal for a couple, a good meal for two people. Like, it should be based on income, I think.
Let us know.
What do you guys think?
In our snazzy YouTube poll. Number 73. Finland is home to more heavy metal bands per capita than anywhere else in the world, and the best part is, it's not even close. Finland boasts a shredderific 53.5 metal bands per 100,000 people, followed by Sweden and Norway tied at 27.2, and then Iceland at 22.7. Apparently, living in cold countries with robust welfare systems just makes you want to worship Satan and play face-melting guitar solos. Number 74. In Finland, when someone earns their PhD, they're rewarded with a special top hat and, for some strange reason, an actual sword. The hat is said to symbolise liberty, while the sword represents the fight for what the students have found to be good, right and true. Sounds like you all just want an excuse to get your hands on a sword, and honestly, I can't fault you for that. Number 75. As you probably already know, the creator of the insanely popular mobile game Angry Birds is a Finnish company called Rovio.
I
Pretty
didn't
standard
know that.
manual knowledge there, but what you may not know is that in 2012, Angry Birds Land opened in Sakaniemi Adventure Park in Finland, where die-hard fans of the game can frolic and gavort around a family-friendly world full of Angry Birds-themed rides, attractions, shops and food. Number 76. It may surprise you to learn that Finland has absolutely no payphones, like, at all. By early 2007, telecommunications companies in Finland had discontinued their public telephones, leaving the people of Finland entirely dependent on mobile phones. However did they manage? Number 70.
Yeah, but in the UK, pretty much all our payphones are gone as well. They got rid of most of them. We used to have payphones on every street, and most of them now are like derelict or removed, or defibrillators. They have like medical kits inside of them. So
7. The world can thank Finland for a wide variety of commonly used and essential inventions, including the heart rate monitor, Linux, the rescue toboggan, and of course the sauna, which incidentally also happens to be the most used Finnish word outside of the mother country. Just a little bonus fact for you guys there. I know, I spoil you rotten. Number 78. Don't be fooled by the placid temperament of Finnish people, as they can be athletic little so-and-sos when they want to be. Finland has won more Summer Olympic medals per capita than any other nation in the world, and is second only to Norway in the number of Winter Olympics medals per capita.
Wow.
Number 79. In fact, having first participated in the Olympic Games way back in 1908, Finland has earned at least one medal at every single Summer and Winter Olympics since.
Wow.
A distinction it shares with only one other country, its Nordic neighbour, Sweden. Number 80. When the sleuths at Reader's Digest wanted to figure out which world city had the most honest inhabitants, they conducted an experiment by dropping wallets in a total of 16 major cities around the world, including New York, London, Rio de Janeiro, Berlin and Mumbai. When the results came in, it transpired that the Finnish capital Helsinki came out on top, with a total of 11 out of 12 wallets having been returned. The least trustworthy city is Lisbon, as only one wallet was returned there, and hilariously it was returned by a Dutch couple who were on holiday there.
Fair enough.
Number 81. Since way back in the 1930s, Finnish mothers have received a starter kit of clothes, sheets, outdoor gear, nappies, bedding and toys, contained in a large box that can be used as a bed. Some suggest that this tradition, designed to give all children in Finland an equal start in life no matter their background, has helped Finland achieve one of the lowest infant mortality rates in the world. Number 82. By investing heavily in public transport, Finnish authorities are claiming to make their communal transportation system so efficient and comfortable that citizens no longer require their own vehicles. With this in mind, transport chiefs in Helsinki hope to make car ownership obsolete by as early as 2025.
Wow.
Number 83. In addition, more than 3,200 kilometres of cycle lanes spread across the country have also helped Finland maintain the 5th best urban air of any country on Earth.
That's so good. I really believe in cities that have cycle lanes and have like good infrastructure for bicycles and are trying to cut down on their carbon emissions by stopping, people using vehicles that, pump out exhaust fumes. I really believe in that. And I love riding. I love riding my bike. I wonder if you guys have got those electric, those hybrid electric bikes that they have. Like London has a lot of them. I love those bikes. Yeah, I think it's such a good idea.
Number 84. Funnily enough, the name of the popular flaming projectile, known as the Molotov cocktail, was actually coined by the Finns, despite the fact the weapon itself originated in the Spanish Civil War.
Okay.
The Finns later used them when facing off with the Soviet Union during the Second World War, and created the term as an insulting reference to the Soviet foreign minister, Vyacheslav Molotov, who once lied that the bombing raids carried out in Finland were actually humanitarian food drops. The Finns sarcastically dubbed their bottled petrol bombs as Molotov cocktails as a drink to go with the food. Number 85. In 1951, Finnish sports brand Karhu sold their three stripes trademark to the then little-known German sportswear manufacturer Adidas for the equivalent of €1,600 and 2 bottles of whiskey. Adidas has since gone on to become one of the world's largest clothing companies, while Karhu is, well, not doing as well as Adidas is. Number 86. There's a tiny island in the Gulf of Bothnia called Marquette, which is divided by the Finnish-Swedish border. After the Finns inadvertently built a lighthouse on the wrong side of the border in 1885, the violation was finally resolved in 1981, when the Swedes agreed to trade it for an equal land area on the other side, causing a bizarre zigzag in the border between the two countries. Probably
That's
didn't seem like a big deal when they did it, but now they have internet celebrities like me talking about it. What an honour for Finland and Sweden. Cheers. Number 87. There's also a golf course located on the border between Finland and Sweden, where half the holes are in one country and the other half are on the other. Called the Green Zone Course, the unique golfing facility located near Tornio in Finland and Haparanda in Sweden allows players to experience international travel 4 times across 18 holes. Number 88. For centuries, there has been an enduring belief by various groups of people that the Finnish somehow possess the ability to control the weather. Now, this superstition was so strongly held that the Vikings apparently refused to sail with the Finns. And remnants of this bizarre, and I must point out, incorrect belief survived well into the 20th century. Number 89.
That's a bizarre fact. They believe they could control the weather.
Finland is in many ways a nation obsessed with the future, evidenced by the fact it was the first country in the world to offer a master's degree in future studies.
Wow.
Finland also has a special parliamentary committee for the future, and its government is required by law to produce an official review of the future every 4 years. Number 90. In the interest of road safety, reindeer herders in Finland often paint the antlers on their animals with reflective paint to make them more visible at night.
Is that true? That's very inventive. As long as it doesn't hurt the animal, I think is really great. A really ingenious kind of tactic to make sure that they're seen at night and there's no accidents.
So, if you're driving through Finland and spot a hooved animal with glowing horns, sadly you've not discovered a brand new Pokemon. It's just a safety-conscious reindeer. Number 91. Terrifying moose collisions are one possible reason why motorists in Finland are legally required to drive with their headlights on at all times. Like, literally all the time. Whether in summer or winter, in sunlight or darkness, even under the midnight sun.
Oh, really?
Finns have to
During
drive
the
with
day?
their lights on. Number 92. Tampere, Finland's second largest city, is well known as the birthplace of the Soviet Union. This is because two of the main architects of the Bolshevik Revolution, Vladimir Lenin and Joseph Stalin, met at Tampere's Workers' Hall in 1905 while on the run from the Tsarist authorities. Number 93.
Wow.
The Sami people of northern Finland have a unit of measurement called the paronkosema, which specifically refers to the distance a reindeer will walk before needing to urinate, which Google tells me is roughly 7.5 kilometres. Congrats, viewer. That's now something you know. Number 94. Suoshakani is a Finnish word that roughly means shield drunk
Suoshakani.
and has two related but distinct meanings
Shield
in
drunk.
Finland. The term either refers to getting drunk the night before a big party, so when you go to said big party you don't get drunk as quickly, or it alludes to the devilish yet crafty
Okay.
practice of specifically getting wasted in order to avoid one's responsibility as a designated driver. Though you're a pretty bad friend if you do that. Number 95. Another delightful Finnish drinking term is kalsarikani, which literally translates to pants drunk. This is the practice of getting drunk at home in your underwear with zero intention of going out. I feel seen.
Is that an actual
Number
thing?
96. Do you love engaging in mindless text-based chatter with your friends?
I do.
If you're cool, you answered yes. In which case, you have Finland to thank for your ability to converse with your chums without the loathsome inconvenience of having to actually hang out with them. Specifically, you need to thank Matti Makkonen, who developed the idea of text messaging in the 1990s.
Wow, really? Is it out of pager? You know, like when you have to have a pager. Is that where the concept came from?
For which he received an innovation award from The Economist in
Is it a
2008.
Finnish person.
Number 97. Finland is also a land of great designers, with numerous well-known design classics coming from the aesthetically minded Finns. The ubiquitous ball chair was created by Eero Arnio. The Marimekko flower design is super Finnish, and Alvar Aalto's Aalto vase, also known as the Savoy vase, is a world-famous piece of glassware created by a Finn. Number 98. You know that massive arch in St. Louis? A super Finnish dude called Eero Saarinen designed that. You're welcome, Missouri. Number 99. Roughly 9 out of 10 plastic bottles in Finland are returned for recycling, and almost 100% of glass bottles
That's
are
good.
also recycled. By the way, if I could just have a minute, just a minute of your time to talk about our Lordess and Savoress Jennifer Lawrence. I mean, I know it's recycled, but I wouldn't say I'm obsessed with her, just passionate. No, I won't tone it down. Oh, screw it. You know, next fact. It was a ridiculous place to put her in anyway. Number 100! Finland is the only country in the developed world in which fathers of primary school-aged children generally spend more time with their children than mothers do.
Wow.
Number 101.
That's progressive.
Finland boasts the northernmost vineyard
Is that true, though?
in the world, which is rather surprisingly located at the Olkiluoto nuclear power plant in western Finland. The residual heat in the cooling water used at the facility is further utilised for small-scale agriculture in the form of a 0.1 hectare vineyard, which produces 850 kilograms of Zilga grapes annually. Radioactive wine. So that was 101 facts about Finland! Is it just me that wants to move there now? Or do you already live there, and in which case have we missed any out? Let me know in the comments down below.
Yes, let me know in the comment section below if you did miss something out. Finland, very interesting. I admire Finland, like I said earlier, in the sense of the wars and the trials and tribulations that your country has been through, literally trying to become independent from Sweden, literally fighting off Russia. Like, guys, wow. Your progressive prisons, incredible. You've got some weird sports, some really weird sports. But I just like, you've got a lot of character, and I love that. And I think your government looks after you pretty well. So yeah, I really thoroughly enjoyed learning about Finland. I cannot wait to visit Finland. I cannot wait to visit Helsinki. That is going to happen. Yeah, this is the beginning of me learning more about Finland, as well as Sweden on this channel. So if you are interested in me finding out more about Finland, make sure you subscribe. Guys, thank you very much for watching. Until the next one, I will see you later.